All right, guys, welcome back to the show. Today, we're going to talk about Ordinals, how you can get into Ordinals. Why? Super simple. There was a DM that I received on my X that said, hello, because of you, I looked into Bitcoin Ordinals and I'm willing to invest in it. Is there anything you suggest? So on today's show, I'm not only going to give you my thoughts on what are Ordinals very, very briefly, but also what you really need to start buying Ordinals, what tools you need, what wallets you need, and also I'm gonna show you what you can potentially look at buying. It's gonna be a big show. A lot of people requested it, so I hope you are going to enjoy it. If that sounds good, smash an obliterate like button, share it with your friends. Let me know in the comment section throughout the video if you've got any questions. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Fefe, and I'm the guy who brings you this kind of alpha on my X, on my daily live shows, and much more. There's a link in the description to my X profile, to Crypto Live, where I'm live every single day, to the '100 Club, where I do trading for you, and much more. Go and check them out if you don't want to miss these. Now, but I'm not only the guy who trades and gives you these massive trades and makes money with the community, I'm also the guy who talks about Ordinals, because I got into Ordinals not so long ago, but I fell in love with them last year, August, September, October-ish, and I fell in love with Ordinals. Ordinals, very briefly, are NFTs on Bitcoin. Now, before you turn it off, it's not the NFTs that you're used to. It's fine art, potentially, or any art on Bitcoin that is inscribed onto the Bitcoin blockchain and is immutable. And yeah, so it's basically on chain forever. So I can inscribe a picture, an art, a piece of art, a Picasso, a whatever that is, and it stays on there forever until there is at least one node in the Bitcoin network, which is absolutely incredible. And it's not how it works in the Ordinals world. Now, if you want to know in the NFT world on ETH. Now, if you want to know more about what are Ordinals and how they work, I invite you to check out my video on Banter here. We link it here in the description as well, and potentially going to put it up over there as well. But check this out. This is a video that I made from about Ordinals and about digital art.
NFTs and digital art has any real value? That's the question I asked myself, and I started digging and going down the rabbit hole. And I'm going to cover the whole story and whole journey in this video. I'm going to talk about my Paris trip. I'm going to talk about the NFT conference, discussing with artists, the builders. But first, I want to kick this off with looking at history and look.
If that sounds good, check this out. This is actually a very, very valuable video for you to understand why Ordinals are the real deal. But if you have watched this and you actually understand what Ordinals are and you want to get into it, well, I can tell you one thing. When it comes to choosing projects, and we're going to talk about some of the projects later, you have to choose, why don't you just buy Bitcoin? Because you buy a gold Rolex as well, why don't you just buy gold bars? It's very similar. You need to have the story with it. You need to have the elegancy with it. You need to have the art feature in it. That's what Ordinals really are for. So yeah, sure, you can buy Bitcoin, but if you want to buy, as you can buy a gold bar as well, but if you want to buy hard art, if you want to buy history, if you want to buy a piece of marble, you buy a Rolex or anything, a gold necklace, a gold jewelry, and the gold jewelry and necklace or Rolexes are the Ordinals in the Bitcoin world. So the way to do that, you need three main things. One, you will need a wallet, okay? Now, I'm not endorsing any of these wallets. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, and what I see is very cool, so you can check them out. One is, what you have to do, you have to go on to the Chrome Web Store, a Chrome extension. You can also download these onto your wallet, on your phone. But if you want to install them on your browser, you have to install it as a Chrome extension. And again, I recommend that because it's easier to just manage everything on Chrome, and then you don't have the vulnerability on having your stuff on the phone. Two main wallets that I can recommend. One is the Unisat wallet. This is a very famous, mostly widely accepted and known wallet. And the second one is the Xverse wallet. Both of them are Bitcoin wallets. Now in Xverse, you do have a separate Ordinals address, and you have a separate SegWit Bitcoin address. So this is a little bit more advanced, but again, you can use both. They both work very good, very well known. You can just simply download them, add them as an extension, and it will show up in your wallet like this, or in your extension like this. This is actually an NFT collection. This is actually our NFT collection of the $1 Billion Hustle on the Bitcoin blockchain. So they're Ordinals. I have a vlog. I don't want to go deep into this, but I do have a vlog. I'm gonna literally put out a video today or tomorrow on me preparing for a keynote to 2,000 people about why Bitcoin is the most misunderstood revolution of our time. So it's actually pretty cool. I publish everything here, one episode a week. Go and check that out. And on there, I do have a wallet that contains all the ordinal NFTs, one NFT for each episode on the $1 Billion Hustle. So it's quite cool, but this is kind of how they will show up. Now, once you have your wallet, you need to know where you can purchase your ordinals. Where do you actually buy these? Well, because if you want to buy crypto, you go onto an exchange or a DEX, you buy it. For you to buy NFTs or ordinals specifically, you've got a bunch of different places. One of the main ones that I would look at is Trio. Now, Trio is it's built by a team who built Ordinals bot that helps you inscribe stuff. They are builders in the space forever. They've been essential in the space of the ordinal space. They're pretty cool guys. I work with them. They're partners on the channel. They're partners on my show. They have a token. You can stake the token. You can earn massive rewards. It's worth checking them out. There's a link in the description. But this Trio is an ordinals marketplace. What that means, you can click here on all collections, and you'll be able to go lower here and see every single collection that is listed on Trio. You have Taproot Wizards, and I'm going to get into them. Don't worry. Taproot Wizards, Quantum Cats, Ordinals, OMBs, Ordinal Maxi Biz, Bitcoin Puppets, Node Monkeys, Runestone, Pizza Ninjas, Bitcoin Frog. So you can find all these collections here. Then you can also search for collections. So for example, if you want to find, let's say you go here and you want to find $1 Billion Hustle, you can search for that collection as well. Now, these are not for sale. I reward the community. Anybody who is actually following me, there will be different mechanisms for you to watch the vlog, subscribe to the vlog and whatnot. So it's not for sale, but because we inscribed them with Ordinals, but the Trio guys were absolutely amazing to just put them up here. And then it's each episode has one NFT in it. So this is one place, but you can also go on, they're up and coming, and you can check in different places where you can actually buy ordinals. You can also go onto Magic Eden. Now, the way you can go into Magic Eden, they are much, more accepted, well-known, and there are a lot of people who list their own stuff on Magic Eden as well. So you can go into Magic Eden, you can click here on Bitcoin, you have to select the network, and then you will see only Bitcoin. So if you don't select it, it will show you all chains, it will show you all the different stuff. But if you go on Bitcoin specific, it will show you everything on Bitcoin. So as you scroll lower, you will see the same things: Taproot Wizard, Bitcoin Puppets, or OMBs, Quantum Cats, Node Monkeys, Bitmap, Runestone, so forth, so on. So here is what I would look at, and here is where I think it is very important to understand. So this is, and then you can go on to different places as well. You can just search on Ordinals Marketplace, but these are the two main ones that I would be looking at. You would probably be able to find everything on here. Now, what is very important, the third thing is, what do you actually buy? And again, I just want to reiterate that you gotta go and watch this video because it will explain to you exactly how I decide what I'm buying. I spent $30,000, $40,000 on ordinals in the past 2 months alone, so it's worth watching this video and understanding where my mind is at regarding ordinals, but it's very important to purchase history. So when you look here, and this is a misconception that I see in a lot of people, is that you go here and you be like, okay, I'm not gonna buy like Bitcoin frogs, like what is it? I'm buying a pixelated frog JPEG, and if I take a screenshot, well, I'll have it as well, and you don't have, it's not that. What you really want to do, and again, I don't want to spoiler the whole video, but it's all about buying a piece of history. So for example, if you look at on-chain monkeys, right? Because on-chain monkeys are something that I'm actually very passionate about. I'm a holder of on-chain monkeys. Let me just go back here. Let me just show you here. I can search for on-chain monkeys. Again, I am a holder of on-chain monkeys. Let me see here. So on-chain monkeys, these are 0.031 Bitcoin each, and very cheap in my opinion on lower price. Now they have been monumental when it came to creating ordinals. That means that whatever, you can read up on everything. I don't want to deep dive into on-chain monkeys specifically or any other project specifically, but if you purchase a project, you have to make sure that you purchase something that has been substantial in the creation of ordinals. If you go here, by the way, you can just click on info. You can see OSM Genesis is the first 10K ordinal collection inscribed on Bitcoin with the groundbreaking use of parent-child provenance. Parent-child provenance, this is something that is happening in the ordinal space that is essential part of the ordinal world today. You can see all the different stuff, what it did in block 9, the first block that we have access to, mined by Satoshi Nakamoto. This thing is inscribed on there. So you see that there is, again, watch the video, but there is like a whole history behind why you buy it, what you buy. When you buy the Mona Lisa, you don't buy a painting. You buy the painting for a reason, because of the history of the artist, because of the history of the painting. So you buy because of the history. When you buy, for example, an on-chain monkey, you don't buy a pixelated JPEG. You buy the history that this pixelated JPEG represents, which is not even pixelated in this case, but if you buy node monkeys, if you buy anything else, you will see it's actually pixelated. So why do I say that? Is because before you decide anything what you want to do some research. Follow me on X, I post a lot of stuff. Go and check out the video that I made here and just make sure that you educate yourself. If and when Larry Fink will have a digital art in his office, 15 years from now, 10 years from now, it is going to be Larry Fink from BlackRock. He's going to be an ordinal. I have zero doubt, because he's not going to put up an NFT on an Ethereum blockchain. No, it's going to be an ordinal, an art on the Bitcoin chain. So anyway, so if you think it that way, you can buy a couple of things. One, I wanted to raise attention to, again, and I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing with my own money. I bought one, so you can also look at some prominent artists across the board that are already creating art for physical, for like in real life museums and art galleries, and moving into the chain. So for example, 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙𝗙, Michael 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙 is one of the guys who I really, really like. And he is big. He is in Met Museum of Modern Art. He's like all around the place. You can British Museum. You can look at all the exhibitions that he did, all his art over there. But he's also prominent in on-chain art, specifically ordinals. So one of his paintings, I bought one of his paintings for the Genesis Vault that I create, and this is a Prometheus. It's called the Prometheus. But Prometheus Unbound. But the whole reason why I bring this up, one is because 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙 is a very, very cool artist, and this is something that you can do. You can just look at his collection and see what he is doing. But also, what I wanted to raise the awareness of is that this painting that you see, not this exact painting, because it's been a little bit altered for the on-chain version, but the original, this was 0.069 Bitcoin, about $5,000-6,000. And this painting cost $100,000 if you want to buy it physically. So there is a very big discrepancy between the original art or the physical art, sorry, not original, but physical art and on-chain art. And I do believe that this gap will close. And then I also purchased an on-chain monkey, as I said. I wrote the whole thread why they are rare, inscribed on rare block 9, 450x 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙. You can look all this up. They are very, 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 very important when it comes to ordinals. But you can also look at stuff like on-chain monkeys I talked about. You can also look at stuff like Leo, who is, again, an artist. He's created the runestones. He's been designing them. And he also has a bunch of cool collections that is coming out. It's all coming out on 𝗙𝗘𝗙, by the way. So it's the reason why I hold the token. You can hold it in your wallet and connect it, is because you get access to these very cool mints that are happening on 𝗙𝗘𝗙, which is kind of cool. So you can check out Leo. Or you can also do is you can see something like Octar, which is an up-and-coming project as well. They take a painting by Georges Braque, who created a movement, cubic movement with Picasso. They created it together. And what they do, they have the original Braque painting, they put it onto chain with a 4 megabyte inscription, which is like the largest that you can have. And they have 144 different ordinals to it. So that you can find these very unique projects. What I would recommend you do, one, what I really genuinely recommend you do, I tweet all about this. Go and follow me on X, because I'm going to share with you all the cool stuff. Two, make sure to get on 𝗙𝗘𝗙. They have a bunch of interesting things that's coming that you would, because these guys are builders in the space, you would not get access to otherwise. You can get access to these things through 𝗙𝗘𝗙. And then third is to really check out artists and collections. Check out on-chain monkeys. Check out 𝗙𝗘𝗙𝗙. Check out Leo. Or check out Octar, and then from there you can take a conclusion and decide what direction you want to move forward with. So guys, I hope this gave you a little bit of value. One more thing, that if you want to, I didn't say that, I literally just realized, but if you want to send money into your Ordinals wallet, the way to do that is very simple. You just have the wallet open, you write down the seed phrase, you can click on receive, and then you will be able to receive you will be able to send from the exchange, Bitcoin from the exchange, and you will be able to use that by simply connecting your wallet to any of these marketplaces. Guys, I truly appreciate you watching. Please let me know in the comment section if this makes any sense or if it's complete foreign. If it is, I'll make sure to clear it up. Let me know if you are buying anything on chain. Let me know if you just deep dived into the topic and looked through all the collections and all the different marketplaces. And yeah, guys, I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to reading your comments. Thank you so much again, and I believe I will see you in the next one. Take